Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a long time. In case you've forgotten or if you're new, I'm Jennifer Huber, also known as Solo Travel Girl. As you can see by the title of this video, I am going to talk about something that I haven't talked about before. I basically have Lyme disease, and forgive me, I have my ring light on, and light sensitivity is one of the symptoms of Lyme disease. So if I blink extra, that's because this light is really harsh. Anyway, let me go through a timeline for you. In July, I went up to Western New York. Basically, I arrived there July 14th, and I drove back beginning on July 27th. I did stop off in North Carolina on my way up. I camped at this really groovy farm. I stopped at rest areas along the way. But when I was up in Western New York, I did go out to my parents' backyard and the woods every day, walk my dog back there. And Western New York, in New York State, Lyme disease is an issue up there. It's not so much an issue in Southwest Florida where I live. Lyme disease can be found just about anywhere. It is carried by the deer tick. However, Lyme disease is prevalent up there in New York State. So when I got back to Florida, I kind of felt like I had a sinus infection coming on, kind of brushed it off. I thought, well, maybe it's COVID, because with COVID, but I'm like, no, it's not COVID. I'm just tired. It's just sinuses, allergies, whatnot, adjusting from the weather temperatures from Western New York back to Florida. Then on August 5th, I had my physical. I had an EKG. Everything was all groovy. Got the results of my blood work. I had my blood work done on August 1st. Everything was okay. The next day, on August 6th, the next day from my physical, which was August 5th, on August 6th, I woke up with a stiff neck and my neck hurt. It was really weird, really difficult to drive. I don't recommend it because you really can't turn your neck. It was just very painful, but I just thought it was a crick in my neck. I just thought it was something that would work its way out that day. It didn't. It just progressed during the week, and also during the week, I was just so tired. At lunchtime, I came home from work, took a quick 20-minute nap. After work, I took a nap before I went to bed. I just felt run down and tired. The neck pain progressed, and then on Thursday, I felt like a bump on my back of my thigh. I thought it was a bug bite, and it's Florida. Bug bites are normal. We just had tropical storm / Hurricane Debbie come through, dump a lot of water, which means there's going to be more insects around, so I didn't look at it. Friday night, I started getting a major headache at the back of my head, and these shooting pains behind the back of my ear, like every so often, be these like electrical shocks of pain going to, on a scale of 1 to 10, seriously, they're 11, and I have a high tolerance for pain. It was just painful. Well, I got feeling again this little lump, and I'm like, maybe I should go look at it. And when I did, I saw this huge bullseye rash, and across it was 3 inches. It's like oval shape, 4 inches the other way. So at first, I thought it was a spider bite, and I have a mechanism called the bug bite thing, and I use that to suck out any venom that was in there. Well, then more Google search basically led me to Lyme disease, and I also shared the picture with family later on, and they agreed that it's Lyme disease. And Lyme disease is usually caused by tick bite, as I mentioned. So anyway, I went to urgent care on that Saturday, and I also had Googled to see that neck pain is also a sign or a symptom of Lyme disease. Basically, I went to urgent care, and they told me I had a sprained neck and a possible tick disease, and I was prescribed 7-day dose of doxycycline. 7-day dose. Now, what I had read, it's a minimum of 14-day dose that you should be on antibiotics, specifically doxycycline. At least I was prescribed the right medication. But I was also told that I should see my primary doctor 3 days after the urgent care visit. So I started taking the doxycycline, and I learned really quickly the hard way that you should not eat dairy with it. It made me very sick. I thought I was going to pass out. I didn't quite vomit. So I'm not taking dairy when I take that. I also can't take antacids with it as well. Not that I do take antacids. Anyway, where was I going with this? All right, so my neck started feeling better like the day after, and a week later, my neck is no longer stiff. It's still a little bit sore. However, I did go see my primary healthcare provider on August 13th, and that's when my brain fog started. And what brain fog is, I just feel loopy. I feel like I'm drunk. I can't concentrate. It's very difficult for me to concentrate. I have to think of what I want to say. I want to say inappropriate things too. Like I feel almost like I don't have control of my mind. So it's just very, very difficult and hard to concentrate. But that's when it started, and I told my doctor that, and I said I feel loopy, and she said, well, you shouldn't feel loopy. I'm like, well, later I Googled, and that's one of the symptoms of Lyme disease. So the doctor did extend my prescription, so I have a total of 10 days on doxycycline. We're getting closer to 14 days, and she said, well, being on an antibiotic a shorter period of time is better than a longer period of time. Okay, probably in many cases, but she also ordered a blood test, and I'm glad she did that. Now, when she did that, and I had already known this because I looked it up, is that when Lyme is in the early stages, it's probably not going to show up on a blood test. So I got the results this last night, Friday night, and it came back positive with the Lyme antibodies. And in one way, it's good that I think it's going to help me get the treatment that I need here in Florida, because again, this disease is not common in Southwest Florida. It's not common in Florida, so doctors are not dealing with it, and I think they're just unsure how they handle it. If it didn't show anything, I'm afraid that after this 10 days of antibiotics, I'm going to be done. But now that I have this test, and this is why I think it's bad, because I think it means that I'm at stage 2 of Lyme disease. I'm not sure. I'm not a medical provider. I guess, yeah, brain fog. I just think it's better that I do have the positive antidotes there to help me get the treatment that I need. Now, the treatment I have seen, this is like 30 days on antibiotics, which includes maybe 14 days with a IV of antibiotic. I don't know if it's going to get to that point, but this brain fog is really concerning me, considering the type of work that I do, considering that I love blogging, I love writing as well. I'm just scared what this is gonna do to me. Lyme disease is completely curable, but again, it needs to be treated promptly and correctly. So that's where I am with that. So I just want to go over the symptoms that I have right now, or had. The neck stiffness. I have joint pain in my hips and my ankles, not so much in my knees. I do take Meloxin for my arthritic hip, but I'm still having more hip pain than usual. Again, headache in the back of my head. I still have my neck pain here, even though stiffness is gone. And as I've mentioned already twice or 3 times, brain fog, and then light sensitivity. I see bolts, like lightning bolts, just flash in front of my eyes like floaters. If I'm outside, if I'm looking at lights, I just see these lightning bolts of light, and it lasts for an hour or so after being in light. Now, being on this antibiotic, I should stay out of the sun, which is hard in Florida, although it should be raining more than it has been. But I need to stay out of the sunlight and away from light, being on the antibiotic. So this is where I am at. I have Lyme disease. I know I need to be on more medication, and that's what I'm going to be facing this week, is getting the treatment that I need. I'm already thinking about, well, if my healthcare provider does not extend my dose or put me on this antibiotic IV, I need to find someone else. I need to find like maybe an infectious disease doctor here in Southwest Florida. I've joined some Facebook groups and I'm doing more searches as well. And, you know, as I'm finding, Lyme disease has been a misunderstood disease, I guess. It's been misdiagnosed in people. And one way I think I'm fortunate that I had the rash. Not everyone has the rash after they're bitten. But we'll just go from there. Thank you for tuning in. I'm not sure if I brought anything useful to you, but I just want to share what's going on with me. You know, I was prepared to do a Monjaro update, and then Tropical Storm Debbie came, and I was still planning on getting another video uploaded, but I just haven't been in the mood. I haven't felt myself the last couple weeks, and it scares me. Alright, I guess I should also say this is making me more emotional. I don't know if emotions is one of the side effects, but I've noticed I've been more emotional the last couple days. Alright, my friends, thanks so much for tuning in. Sorry for the tears, but remember, life's too short, so always say yes to adventure. Bye.